Well, hello to everybody out there in this great big world. Yes, this is your brother Dana, and I'm coming to you from the city of Atlanta, but not with a Speaking Truth Regardless video, but from a place in one love. And these videos are for me just to share from my heart on different topics or things that are up and out in our world of today. And that brings me to this video where I wanted just to share my thoughts and what has gone through my mind and penetrated my heart today with the sentencing of Brittany Griner, 9 years in Russia. And I'm not here to make any judgments. I'm only here to share my heart. Do I feel bad? I absolutely feel bad, because what I want to share tonight is just to reveal the corruptedness of the Gentile system across the globe. Regardless if it is the prison system of communism or if it is the prison system of democracy. And so, learning what I learned, it brought me today to think about the 18 years that the Most High Yah allowed me to serve at Cook County Jail, Division 10, Maximum Security 2B, where for 18 years I made my way down there, sometimes 3 to 4 days a week, because those guys behind those bars were my family. And for the holidays at that time when I celebrated them, many times I did not go home, but I was given permission to bring in some outside food by the superintendent and to celebrate the holiday with the guys behind bars. And so today with Brittany Griner, it brings back to my heart and to my mind, this is our first class that graduated, but it brings back several of these young men. And what I'm sharing with you are facts that have been going on in this country since the foundation of it, 400 years ago at least, when we brought our first slave ship to this land. But what it has been doing to you, my black brothers and sisters. And so in my 18 years, I have learned how unjust, injust this democratic correctional system really is when it comes to you, my black brothers and sisters, especially my black brothers. A young man that was there had to wait 13 years for the state to figure out how to get DNA from this young man into court before trial to determine whether or not it matched the DNA of a woman that was raped and murdered. This young man would go to court and get a continuance for 6 months because the state needed time to get his DNA. And over, something was lost, something could not be found, something did not work. And for 13 years, this young man sat at Cook County Jail, awaiting trial. And so finally, after about 14 years, it came back as a no match. I think about Mr. Santos, who his wife gave the very evidence of the truth. There was no way he murdered this man because he was at work. But after he served 13 years, finally the truth came out in a miraculous way. Finding out that the judge and the state's attorney and all of them were working together to find innocent men guilty for their own profit. And Santos was one of them. And on this night, his wife and his daughter watched him walk out of Cook County Jail, Division 10, maximum security. And then I also think about a young man, or a man that's my age, my best friend, that many of you have heard me talk about in the past, and that is Micheal Sanders. And Micheal Sanders is a friend of mine now that I have been walking with for almost 23 years, since he's been falsely accused of crime that he did not do. And unfortunately, several years ago, after all the fighting we could do, we got lawyers pro bono. We went and paved the payment to get volunteers that would help us to get this man free. He was sentenced to life plus 65 years in prison. This picture is recent of him getting his master's, since he's been locked up for 23 years. And on October the 6th of this 2021, many of you donated so we could get a lawyer to represent us, or an attorney. And we did stand before the Illinois governor's parole board, pleading for his release as an innocent man. But due to backlog, because of the pandemic, it could be up to 3 years, more years, before they get to Mike's case. And until that time, an innocent man is locked up. And so although the Brittany Griner thing makes me sad, 9 years for what we see as a very trivial breaking of a law or a rule, I think about these young men and many, many more throughout all these years that were locked up or sentenced to death with absolutely no evidence. In fact, false evidence against them. And all I can say is I wish all of these young men here in the United States of America, suffering underneath the correctional system of this unjust system, would get as much attention as this situation is. For those of you who do know the story behind Mike, I did talk to him just the other day. And there's one more thing that we can do to get some attention. And I am going to put it up here on a piece of paper, but I'll also put it down in the notes. But after we did some more research, he found out that if we can get people to call the governor's office to bring his case to the forefront through attention and phone calls, it may cause him to move on our behalf to set Mike free. So this is the phone number of Governor Pritzker. And this is Micheal Sanders. And he is at Stateville Correctional Center, which is actually located in Joliet, Illinois. I thank God, the Most High Yah, for those 18 years that I got to spend with those incredible men. They truly became my family. I didn't care what they had done. I don't care about their past. I only cared when I know they were innocent. But they taught me so much. And so when I think about Brittney, it makes me again think just of the corruptedness of this Gentile system across the globe. Whether it's in Russia, whether it's in the United States, whether it is underneath democracy, or if it's underneath dictatorship, communism. They're still on the same bird, just different wings. To you, the chosen people of the Most High Yah, the only hope I have is that your season of oppression, your season is over just as much as the season of the Gentiles is up. And I can't wait for the day that the captives will be set free from you all the way to Mike and so many other of our family members. Thank you for tuning in. This is your brother Dana. I'm coming to you from the city of Atlanta, from a place in one love. Shalom, family. Good night.